The UAE's airline industry is seen as a model for the region's aviation industry at the 5th Aviation Outlook MENA. Growing competition, rising commodity and fuel prices, as well as instability in certain parts of the Middle East and North Africa, are just among the topics being discussed at the annual forum. According to organisers, this provides companies with a unique platform to plan their strategy for growth, while experts map out the industry as a whole. Khadija Salih has this report.
The Middle East region is continuing to see robust growth despite difficult global economic times. According to Ernst & Young, there's over 14% growth reported in January alone. Among the key players in the region is the UAE and Dubai in particular, which successfully positioned itself as a destination and an airport hub for global traffic.
25% of the GDP is linked to the aviation sector, and that's likely to increase to over 30% in the next 5 to 10 years. So I think Dubai has led the way in terms of marketing itself as a destination. I think that other Middle East countries are now waking up to this. Abu Dhabi is a good example of one that up until a few years ago probably decided it didn't want to necessarily market itself as a destination. It wanted to market itself as a hub to travel through. But over the last few years, Abu Dhabi again has had very successful initiatives to start positioning itself on the map as a destination of choice for tourists as well as just airline travellers.
UAE and its national carriers have shown a very the region have shown a double-digit growth in terms of traffic growth. This is very positive that our airline and our airport also have increased its capacity in terms of infrastructures. That's why linked to the UAE strategy to develop tourism.
According to the UAE's General Civil Aviation Authority, the country's success in becoming the gateway between East and West is a collaborative effort. National carriers Emirates Airlines, Etihad Airways, along with low-cost carriers Air Arabia, Fly Dubai, and RAK Airways have all contributed to the growth of traffic to the country and the region.
The festivals that happened here, Dubai Festival, played also a good role to encourage people to come here. The festivals happening in Abu Dhabi as well, in Sharjah. So this is all added value to the economy of the UAE and the region.
While the outlook for the region's aviation industry is healthy, it is undeniable that there are airline companies facing difficult times. Air Arabia, one of the success stories, says challenges will always remain for a fast-changing and demanding industry.
What drives our business, makes it or breaks it, is the customer. And today, the technology means the customer has access to you at any moment and very, very fast. Therefore, it's very important that you're geared up and you're always extremely transparent with your customers, because the industry has changed from the days where people used to travel for luxury. It's now a need to travel. And when it's a need to travel, people will find out what is good, what is bad. Growth to compete, just to have a size of a fleet or just to be bigger on a race to be number one, it's never going to be. You're good to grow as the business demand, not because you want to grow.
Ernst & Young listed the global top 10 risks facing the airline industry, from an airline's failure to monitor fuel price volatility and responding effectively, to reduced demand for air travel, increase in competition, lack of funds, and others. However, there are two important areas which they say underperformers should look at.
In terms of some of the challenges for companies that are not currently in that top quartile of industry performers, I think really it's if they can take a fresh look at the way that they operate their business. It's very hard to do that when you've been trying your best for many years to actually succeed in whatever market you're operating in. But really, to us, it's about looking at how much they focus on their customer. It's about looking at how cost competitive they really are. This doesn't necessarily mean taking cost out, but it means having an embedded cost base that actually is at a competitive level for them to be able to succeed and grow.
Experts say there is a running trend among top performers that others could learn from. Cost competitiveness, market engagement, proactive communication, accountability, and transparency are just some of them. Khadija Salih, 7 National News.